He coached at Red Boiling Springs High School for 34 years and won more than 550 games. He took the Lady Bulldogs to 3 state tournaments. Now, 1 year after retirement, Larry White will be back in the gym coaching later this year at a school that he used to love to compete against.
Here's Belton.
After finishing second twice at the state tournament in a 3-year span, the Macon County High School Tigerettes have not enjoyed much success the last 2 seasons. In former coach Jeff Beam's last 2 years, MCHS won only 20 games and lost 38. After Beam resigned in February, several coaching candidates applied for the vacant job. On Tuesday, April 14th, Macon County school officials announced they had hired a familiar face to lead the Tigerette program.
I think this program has great historic culture behind it. Gary Carter won nearly 700 games here, and Jeff Beam went to state finals 2 times. I mean, I think the greatest day in the history of basketball in Macon County was when I was at Red Boiling Springs and we played at 2:30 in the afternoon in the state tournament, and Macon County played at 4. I have made the statement to numerous people. I would guess that might be the most number of people from Macon County at the same place at one time, because we practically filled 2/3 of the gym in red, white, and blue and gray that day.
After 1 year of retirement, White says he missed being on the sideline. He admits he's thrilled to be coaching again, even though now it's at his former school's biggest rival.
Mixed emotions at all?
Yes, and I will always remain loyal to Red Boiling Springs. I talked to a lot of my players, ex-players, before I took this job. I was concerned. I don't want people in Red Boiling Springs to hate me. I am a figure there. Won the most games of anyone ever. You know, when you're somewhere that long, you've done a few things right, or they would already ran you off. But some people have asked me, is it like Coach K leaving Duke and going to North Carolina? I don't think it's that bad. I had already retired from Red Boiling Springs in the situation there. And this situation is very unique in here where I missed it so much. And the future here is bright all the way down probably the 5th and 6th grade level. I've looked at all the talent. There is tons of talent coming to this high school in the very near future.
What would be the ultimate goal for you at this high school while you're the head coach here?
I want to go ball. I never got that at Red Boiling Springs. That's the ultimate goal, should be for every coach. And yeah, I'd like to bring a gold ball back here. I never even brought a silver ball at Red Boiling Springs. We got beat in the first round in 3 state tournament appearances, but I still believe and the capabilities are there. It's my job and my coaching staff's job to prepare these kids and to get them there. And you know, Rome wasn't built in a day. It may take a little time.
You will be playing in probably the toughest AA district in the state as far as girls basketball is concerned. What's going to make you guys competitive to where you can challenge, first of all, for a district championship, much less going on to the state tournament, would you say?
Well, I'm kind of used to that. I played in District 5A, the toughest Class A district, for umpteenth numbers of years, and then we got 7A, as it turned out to be, and then we got transferred to 8A, and which was really, it turned out to be really strong too, even though we won the first 2 years. But I mean, I have played Jackson County, Pickett County, all those teams at Clark Range, all those teams, and been successful. We didn't win every time, but we won part of the time, district championships and so on and so forth. And I feel like if you can get out of this district and this region, and the sub-state's a problem too with McMinn Central, they're always good there. You want to win the region pretty obviously, because if you have to go down there, that's a tough place to win. I've never been there, but I've heard numerous people tell me that it is. In this league, I mean, you're talking the elite of girls basketball, but I think Macon County should be there. I mean, I really do. I mean, 2 years past, playing in the state finals. Now, I do realize talent has all in the world to do that, but I still think we can build on those past performances, you know. And I mean, I hope a new look is good. on what's going on, and I hope my staff and I can convey that to them. And I still have the energy. I've always told, when people have talked to me in interviews concerning like what we're talking now, the number one thing, well, how are you not going to know when to quit? I always told them, if I went to the dressing room before the game, the last final words that I had with my team, if I didn't have that little upset stomach and a little something bothering me there, it'd be time for me to quit. Well, I still have never not had that. And even though I did retire, but that's under a different circumstance, I still really love the game, and I'm really looking forward to coaching.
White says he saw several Macon County girls games in person this past season and knows one area he will focus on immediately when practice tips off later this year.
I did watch them play last year. Of course, they lost 4 seniors, but there's talent left. It needs a lot of work, I'll be the first to admit. They shot the ball well last year at times. I saw Belton score 30 at Smith County one night, shooting the 3 real well. I know Paige Clark has done that too. Not to point out any of these individuals, but I saw them look. And they have a good post girl in Bullington. She's young. I think they have people that we can develop around. You never know. Maybe my coming here, you know, that might draw players from somewhere else too. That seems to happen every day in high school basketball. The number one thing I think that I hope that I can do, they really need to improve defensively. I think that is one of the biggest fundamentals, and I'd like for them to just seems to me like getting a better understanding of what we're trying to do.
You are a graduate of this high school. We won't say what year. Is it almost like coming home again?
Well, I guess. I graduated in 1970. I'm proud of that. And all of these people that know me, that were around, they can tell you now, when I went to school, boy, blue and white, I was a very loyal. Of course, I played basketball. I wasn't a very good player here, but I was a good baseball player, and I've played on state champion teams in softball with Proc Brothers here and the Merchants. My relatives, I was raised in the Cedar Bluff community. All of them are just tickled that I'm back up here. And I am, of course, I live in Red Boiling Springs. My wife often told me that if I ever came to Macon County to coach, she would divorce me.
Is she from RBS?
Yes, she is. I mean, really bleeds red and gray. But she told me after when the year during that was going on, she said, "It'll be okay." She said, "You're not happy," and I said, "No, I'm not." And she said, "Get a job somewhere else. I'll be behind you 100%. I said, "What is that, Macon County High?" She said, "I'll get a blue dress." So, okay.
White becomes only the 5th head coach at Macon County in the last 40 years. Stability at a program for a man who knows a thing or two about the subject. Reporting in Lafayette, Barry Hyatt, NCTV.